Hi Flosstube, this is Melanie and you have reached my channel, Mischevious Stitches. Happy Monday. Reports from Michigan, it's a beautiful day outside. The sun is shining and the sky is blue. When I say beautiful, I mean it's 36 degrees, but it's sunny. We had such beautiful weather last week and it was kind of a tease of spring, you know. We were outside and the dogs just wanted to be outside all the time and I was walking them every day. But AccuWeather says that later in the week, the good weather will be coming back. So I'm really looking forward to spring. But I do have my coffee today since it's a little chilly and I am drinking Dunkin' Donuts hazelnut coffee, which is my favorite. And I have another Pusheen mug, just like the one I bought my nieces. So if you don't know who Pusheen is, he is a gray, obviously he's a gray, chubby cartoon cat. And I found him on Messenger doing the stickers. You can, download the stickers and he's one of the characters. And so this cup, Cat Pushino, it made me laugh so hard. It made me laugh so hard. The pun and the fact that he's jammed into a tiny little coffee cup, I had to have it. So grab a drink, let's catch up. If you're new here, welcome. And leave me a comment below. I'd love to get to know you. And if you're one of my returning Stitchy friends stopping in to say hi, I hope you've had a great 2 weeks. And thanks for checking up on me. I have so much to share with you guys today. I have so much to share. Let me take a sip of coffee. So in the past 2 weeks, I'll give you a few life updates because that's gonna lead right into my FFOs. So in the past 2 weeks, the first thing that we had going on is my niece, Gracie Rose, turned 12. I tell you, I was talking to my family about this. 5 years can pass in life. And for me, I see a few more wrinkles, a few more gray hairs, but 5 years for a child is like drastic difference. And kids just really mark the time like nothing else. They really just show you how much time has passed so quickly. So she's just a beautiful young woman. And all of my nieces, they're all such beautiful souls. They're so kind-hearted, and it was just fun to watch them all run around together and spend the day with them. It was a lot of fun. But if you guys remember, one of my open whips was my birthday present for Grace. And the name of this pattern, I'll insert a picture. The name of this pattern is Balloon. And you can find this in Etsy under Nonstop Cross Stitch. That's the name of the shop. And the name of the pattern, it's not called Balloon there. It's called like Baby Girl Birthday Sampler or Birth Announcement. But yeah, it was such a sweet little stitch. The back stitch was killer on this, I have to say. And for the fact that, and I would like to ask this to you guys, when you back stitch, do you use a different needle than the one you cross stitch with? Because what I found, this was so heavy in the back stitching that I was having a hard time with my cross stitch needle poking up, because it wasn't like you were in one of the holes. Sometimes you had to poke up, in a space there wasn't a hole. And so it was a little bit of a challenge. But it turned out really, really sweet. And I actually got brave with this one. And I decided to not tea dye it, but I tea painted it, I'll call it. I got a cup of real hot water in a tea bag. And I just squeezed it out. And then I just blotted the tea bag around to give it kind of that antique-y look. My niece Grace loves old-fashioned things. And it really turned out good. It really turned out good. I blotted it, wherever I thought it looked good, and then I just let it air dry. And I will insert a picture of the finished piece here. So it turned out really good. And the frame, I can't believe, many of you have commented on the frame, I can't believe what a perfect fit the frame was. It literally was the perfect size. The oval was the perfect length and width. And the color, I just loved it. I found it on Amazon and yeah, it turned out really good. So she had a very good birthday. We had a very good time watching all the kids play. And then my second FFO, so I have, I first of all want to thank all of you on Instagram who gave me so much love and support over my first project bag. As you guys know, I purchased a new sewing machine, a Janome 3160 QDC, who I have affectionately named Eugenie. The royal family has been in the press quite a bit lately, but I love Prince Andrew and Sarah Ferguson's daughter, Princess Eugenie. I love the name Eugenie. I think that's so cute. So I named my sewing machine Eugenie. So me and Eugenie sat down with some fabric, and I actually used that bunny fabric that when my nieces had come a few weeks ago, we made some spring pillows. So I used what I had from that, and I made my very first project bag. Oh my God. I was so excited. I was running around the house. I can't even tell you how exciting it is to be able to use the sewing machine and make something like this. And so I did like this vintage bunny on the front and the back. And then I used this Melba peach colored with the white dots as the liner on the inside. And then I just swapped the outside piece here. Elizabeth Ann Can Stitch is solely responsible for my ability to make this project bag. If you have not seen her tutorial, go check out her channel. She does a really good walkthrough explanation of how to piece this bag together step by step. And so thank you, Elizabeth. I have my first project bag. And so now people, boy, have I gone down a rabbit hole. I mean, the Joann app is on my phone. I am just putting fabric in my cart right and left. I actually put a ridiculous amount of fabric in my cart and then had to like tone it down. And then a coupon came out the other day, like 20% off your total order. And I was like, purchase. So I have a pile of fabric in the other room like you can't believe. Sorry, not sorry. I'm having so much fun with it. I'm really, really excited. And so I'm hoping, well, I'm pretty sure with my new obsession that every 2 weeks when I come back, I'll have a new project bag to share with you. And like I said, the tutorial was great. If you haven't made a project bag, give it a try. The hardest part for me was the zipper, but what I found made it a little easier for me is like when I first started sewing, I moved the zipper head down here, and then I would sew, and then I would stop my machine and close the zipper and then continue on. Maybe that's what you're supposed to do with a zipper foot. I honestly have never been trained in that, but it worked good for me, and I was able to get nice and close to the zipper and have the seam allowances that I wanted, and I'm just so in love with it. I love it. I'm just gonna wear it. I'll just wear it everywhere I go. So that was my my second FFO, which I'm very, very excited about. So let's get on to whips. I have my whips from March that I've been working on so far to share with you. The first one I'm going to share with you is the Modern Folk Embroidery Sale. So I have shown this to you guys in every video because this is one that's going to stay in my rotation the entire year. There are 12 parts, so January, February, and March are released, and it comes out on the 1st of the month. It is just such a beautiful sampler. I mean, the detail that's in there, when we get down to the house, they're going to give us a selection so you can kind of customize the house to what you'd like. And all the different colors that have been used, like if you go to that hashtag MFE Sal 2021, it's just phenomenal seeing all the different combinations people have used. They're so creative. So let me share with you mine. I am stitching mine on 32 count light sand Belfast. And I am using the colors DMC 3064, which is desert sand, and it's this really pretty like soft beigey pink. And then 3031, which is like a chocolate brown. And here is where I'm at. So I finished January and I've been plugging along in February. These do have a lot of stitching. Many people have said, now I've heard in different Flosstubes, that there's between 4,500 to 5,000 stitches per section, per monthly release. So I did all of this stitching up here last night in this corner and then came down. What I've got left to finish in February is these motifs in the center right here, around the heart, and then these birds at the bottom. And then it'll be good to go and I can get into March. And I'm not gonna stress out too much about, trying to stay on pace. Originally I was like, yeah, I'm gonna stay on track. I'm gonna, when the next month comes out, I'm gonna be ready to go, but there's just so much stitching. So I'm just gonna be zen with it and I'm just gonna plug along all year long and I'm really enjoying it. It's good TV stitching because like all these sections where you just, need to fill it in, once you've done the outline, you can just go and go and go. So yeah, so that's my MFE Sal 2021. I'm really enjoying that one. So I'm going to continue to work on this in the next 2 weeks in March, and then I will be back in 2 weeks to show you an update on that. Okay, my next one. This is my gift from my grandma. This is Pray by Teresa Kogut. And I just love this angel. She's so peaceful. She's so beautiful. I'm really excited to get her done. I'm keeping her in my rotation too every month until I get her finished because I want to get this to my grandma. And I am stitching this one on 32 count Heartland fabric with all the called for threads. And this is where I am. So I worked, the past 2 weeks, I worked under her chin here to finish all of this portion of her neck and this tendril of hair. And that, I mean, it doesn't look like much, right? But that was 600 stitches. And I'm just counting, you know, like 10 by 10 blocks, approximately 6 of them. It was a little more, but I just rounded down to 6. So about 600 stitches to get that part finished, which is crazy. So I think in the next 2 weeks, I'm gonna come back over here. This wing is really heavy confetti, but I don't mind it because it looks so good when it all blends together. It's so beautiful. I love this so much. Doesn't she look real, just like a painting? It's so crazy to me. I love it. I love it so much. So that was where I got on Pray, and I'm going to continue working on her in the next 2 weeks. And then my last whip to show you is, I'm so in love with this one. I've professed my love many a time for this. I'm sure you're all aware. The Pink Sparrow Sampler. And this is my very first reproduction sampler. I've done sampler style pieces, you know, that are in my whips, but I've never done a reproduction sampler. And I had mentioned in my last video, what's so cool about this one is they have the original sampler. Brenda owns it, Brenda Gervais owns it, and she has a picture of it on the back of this pattern when you get it, and it's in its original frame, which is just incredible. If you think about that hanging in a little girl's room, like hundreds of years ago. It's just incredible. And so I just fell in love with this, and it's kind of cool. They don't know who actually stitched it. They know it's late 18th century, but when she redid it, she used colors she thought that a girl her age would use. And so I love it so much. I love it so much. So let me show you where I'm at. So I am stitching mine on 32 count parchment by Weeks Dye Works, and it's a beautiful color linen. I really do love it. And this is where I got to. So I started in this upper corner. I had placed an order for Piney Woods, which finally came in. And so I got this border going in the Piney Woods, and then I was able to put in all of these beautiful colors. I mean, they're just so brilliant. So much fun stitching them. I have made one substitution, and my substitution, and I'm curious if you've stitched this, tell me what you think. They call for corn husk. I think it's Gentle Arts corn husk for these leaves here, and then for this running vine here, and for this flower right here. But my corn husk is like bright yellow, like neon yellow looking. And I've looked online, and I've seen some pictures where it looks a little bit more green and yellow on some skeins, but the skein that I have is bright yellow, which I just couldn't get behind on the leaves and the vine because I wanted it to look more like, you know, flowers, like the vine flowers. So I substituted in gassed baby spinach, and I love that green. It's like a happy bright green, and I think it looks really good. So I'm going to continue on with that. Oh, look at how many colors are in that. It's just so beautiful. It's just so beautiful. So speaking of the Pink Sparrow Sampler, I actually got another one of these patterns. So I now own 2 of them. So I am going to, for my 2,000 subscriber giveaway, which thank you all for who have subscribed. I'm blown away by how many people actually want to listen to me chat. So when I hit the 2,000 subscribers, I will do a giveaway for this chart, and then you can stitch it along with me. It's such a beautiful chart. You'll enjoy it as much as I do, I'm sure. Okay, so let's talk plans and haul. I have a lot to share with you. But I forgot my planner. Give me a sec. Okay, I'm back. I always forget my planner out there. Okay, so you guys have seen this before. This is my 35 squares of sanity is what I'll call it. This is where I'm keeping my 35 whips all in a different square. And the goal here is when I finish one project, I put a sticker over it and then I have an opening if I want to do a new start or if I just want to leave it blank. And so that's how I'm keeping myself within 35 projects throughout the year. So I finished Gracie's Bunny, and so I've put a sticker over that, and I now have Curious Bunny, which I will show you. And I finished the toy store, and so I put a sticker over that, and I now have Bluebird Sampler, which I will show you. And then down in this corner, I had the Cubs piece that I'm doing for my friend Matt, but I hadn't started it yet. It's listed as a new start over here. So I am going to start something else in its place right now and start Cubs a little later in the year because Matt's birthday is in September. So I still have some time for that. So I have put in that square my father's house. So I've stayed to the 35, and with Grace's Bunny added to the list, I now have 6 finishes for this year. Who am I, right? This is working for me, so it makes me very happy. So those are my plans. Let me go through the new haul and the new things I just mentioned. So the first one is Curious Bunny. Now, Steph from Pam and Steph at Just Keep Stitching, she showed this on, not the last Flosstube, it might have been the Flosstube before it, and she showed how she had it finished, and she had it finished like in one of those standing up pillows. So it looks like this bunny's actually standing there. I immediately went and bought myself a rabbit. I couldn't help myself. You guys know how I am with bunnies. I'm obsessed with bunnies anyway. But look at this guy. I mean, come on. This is by Teresa Colgate. Is he not the cutest little bunny looking up at all of those? What are they, flowers or? No, I think they're berries. They're like berry. Oh. Isn't he adorable? So I immediately bought Curious Bunny, and I am so excited. This one is stitched on 30 count linen, 2/2. I'll probably do mine on this 32 count that I purchased. So I purchased this 32 count, let me hold it up with the pattern, 32 count ivory. And I think with those threads, I think that's gonna look really, really good. So I have the threads and the linen came in, and so I'm going to be starting in the next 2 weeks Curious Bunny, just in time for Easter. Oh my gosh, I love it so much. I love it so much. So that is one of the ones that replaced Gracie's square on my whip chart. The next one is will be my start tomorrow, because tomorrow is Lee Ann's birthday at Small Town Stitches here on Flosstube. If you haven't given her channel a view, go say hi to her for me. So she said for her birthday sale to start something you've been wanting to start or to stitch on a whip you've been wanting to work on. So I had seen this one, Bluebird Sampler, on Cindy's cross stitch. Hi Cindy. She finished Bluebird Sampler and she showed it in a video. She was like sitting out in her backyard and she did it in the most beautiful blue, and I fell in love with it. And I'm not a big ABC fan, like stitching all the letters. It's not my favorite thing to stitch, but I fell in love with this. So I immediately went to buy it. This is from Heart in Hand, and it's called the Bluebird Sampler. I just think that's so beautiful. And so let me pull that linen back out. I changed the color. I'm going to be stitching mine on a bright white. I just think him on a bright white fabric with that blue will just look so pretty. So I'm gonna stitch mine on, well, not a bright white, but an antique white. So I'm gonna be stitching it on 32 count antique white. And the color blue that I chose is Presidential Blue. Doesn't that look like a bluebird color? Oh, I love it so much. I think it's gonna look so good. And then me and Eugenie are gonna bond and we're gonna make a pillow. Everything's gonna be a pillow or a bag, I think, from now on. Just give me any excuse for my sewing machine. There'll be a hole in my clothes. I'm like, oh, that's so sad. Hi, Eugenie. I'm just so excited about it. So yeah, so that is what I'm going to do. I'm gonna start this tomorrow on Leanne's birthday to join in her birthday sale, which will be a ton of fun. The next one that I ordered, and it is not here yet, so I'll have to insert a picture. My friend Lori over at Mischevious Stitches. Hi Lori, how are you? Mischevious Stitches. She is doing a sale for the pattern My Father's House. So I will insert a picture here. Isn't that beautiful? Oh my gosh, she showed this on her channel. It was actually, I think, her last Flosstube. She just released one, so it would be the second to last Flosstube. Her like her picture on her Flosstube is her holding that up, and I saw that and I was like, what is it? I must have it right now. And I did. I immediately went over and purchased it. So I am gonna join in that sale with her. So go check her out if you haven't seen her channel. She's got a great Flosstube channel. She's so much fun. She's so sweet, and she does a ton of beautiful stitching. So go say hi to Lori for me. But I'm gonna be joining in with her, and another friend is joining her as well. And we're gonna be doing a stitch along on My Father's House. Now, this pattern, what I'm going to do, I don't remember if I inserted a picture here, so I'll insert it again. What I'm going to do is I'm going to change the house color to pink. I've seen a couple samplers where they have these giant pink houses, and oh my gosh, I love it so much. So I'm going to change the thread colors a little bit. I'm going to turn my house pink, and I'm going to change some of the greens into like a brighter green to go with that pink. So I'm super excited for that to come in the mail. So in the next 2 weeks, I'm looking at 2 new starts. Working on the Pink Sparrow sampler, Modern Folk Embroidery sampler, and Pray. Those are going to be my focuses for the remainder of March. And then 2 weeks from now, I'll come back and we will talk about April's plans. Okay, so a couple more things before I go. There are some people I want to shout out this week, my featured friends. So on Instagram, I had an Instagram friend. Her name is Mary Lang. Go check out her channel on Instagram. She is a great stitcher, and I'm going to insert a picture here. She has an entire cabinet full of project bags that she sent me a picture of. I'll insert it here. So Mary, that is life goals for me right there. I get so excited when I saw that. I just had to share that on my channel. Beautiful work. Oh my gosh, just wall of happiness right there. And then I have a couple of Flosstubers I want to shout out. So Jenny, the Long Dog Stitcher. Hi Jenny. She just posted a new video not too long ago. Jenny is so funny. I love her videos so much. She not only stitches incredible long dog samplers, she just finished one. I think it's called Quaker's Dozen. They're just incredible pieces, but she's so much fun to watch because she's so funny. So I always enjoy my visits. She's one of my regulars. And then Tiffinstitches. Go over and say hi to Tiffany at Tiffinstitches. She is a mom of 2. She does incredible stitching. She's so engaging to watch. She's such a wonderful person. In her most recent video, she showed a piece that Heather Moore, the Blessed Stitcher, and Leanne from Small Town Stitches made for her. Just gorgeous. 2 friends, they put this together, and the piece came together so beautifully. So go over and say hi to her. And then finally is Janie at Evergreen Stitcher. Hi Janie. What a sweetie she is. I love seeing her pieces. She's got some adorable pieces. The most recent I think that I was just loving was her Santa. She does some very, very intricate pieces that, you know, take a lot of stitching and look very realistic. So go say hi to her. But before I go, let's do our card. So these are the I Am Everything cards that I got off of Amazon, and they're just like positive affirmations. So we are on card number 4 this week. I am safe. So let me read this to you. I trust my intuition to lead me down the right path. Looking back on my trials, I see that I am still here and thriving. I always end up better, stronger, and wiser. I have proven to myself that I will always make it time and time again. I am safe. wow, is that an appropriate card for what we're all going through right now with COVID and quarantine and so many worries in the world for everybody and so many struggles that you're all going through in your personal lives. You know, each of us, we come on Flosstube and we share a little bit of our life and we share our love of the craft, something that brings us all together. But this is a good reminder to all of us that everything you're going through, everything you have been through, that you're doing fine and everything's gonna end up fine and you're making it and you're safe. You're safe in yourself. You have to be safe in the confidence you have in yourself and the decisions that you've made. So what a powerful one. I think I'm gonna hang that one up. I like that a lot. But I will be back in 2 weeks. Let's see, that'll be right before Easter. Easter is super early this year. Not that I'm complaining. Bring on the Easter bunny. I love the bunnies. So I will be back in 2 weeks to share the progress that I made on all of this stuff in the next 2 weeks. And I should have a new project bag to share with you. But in the meantime, remember you are safe and keep stitching and try to get outside and enjoy a little breath of that fresh air wherever you are. Spring is on its way. And until then, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.